date time. There we are. We are finally live. Hey, everybody. I am here with Alexis Amato, a manifesting business, retreats, and all the amazing things coach. Hey, Alexis, welcome here.
Hi, Ellie. How are you?
Doing good. I'm excited to be doing this interview with Alexis today. And we're going to be talking about using manifestation in your business. Keep watching. Let's do this. So welcome. And we're setting the tone for manifesting because a lot of people are kind of like not sure really what manifesting really is. So tell me about using manifestation.
Yeah. Manifestation is really putting what your thoughts are in reality. So it's thinking something in your mind, taking the aligned action to get it, and then it actually manifesting into your reality.
Okay.
It's actually up It was considered not logical to manifest. However, neuroscience is actually backing it now, which has been awesome. And you'll be able to see studies that are, well, studies are already out, but a little bit more of
Mhm.
concrete evidence of how manifestation really does produce more productivity and success in your life and your business. And really, at the end of the day, is what you put out into the universe, you get back. If you're a nice person, you're going to attract a lot of nice people. If you're a mean person, you're probably going to attract being around more mean people. If you're the type of person who has a scarcity mindset, you probably surround yourself around other women who also have a scarcity mindset, and et cetera, so forth.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And there were some studies I saw 10 or 15 years ago that show that if you set a goal, and this was back when my kids were selling Girl Scout cookies, you were 80% more likely to actually hit that goal.
I
The
remember.
numbers with just setting a goal
Yeah,
and recording it and writing it down are stunning to me.
it is. You're putting it into your existence when you say things out loud and when you write them down. So that's why it's so impactful, and not a lot of people understand that. It's as simple as when you are the type of person who you create lists of things to do throughout your day, you're more
Mhm.
likely to get more done because of the satisfaction of crossing that off of your list or checking it off if you are like on your phone, than just having it all appear.
Right. Absolutely. And and that's the cool thing is like, you know, you can sit on your couch and wish for something all day long.
Yeah.
And a lot of people I've heard people like, well, manifesting is just sitting on the couch wishing for things to happen. And it's anything but.
Yeah. I'm definitely not that type of coach who is like, yeah, just let it go and let everything come to you. That's definitely not me at all. I focus a lot on inspired action and just making sure that the inspired action is super aligned to what you're doing. A lot of people don't realize that they put a lot of time towards things that have nothing to do with their goal. They want to start a business. They don't ever start a business. All they do is like either go on vacation or sign up for the next corporate job, or they want to write a book, but they never outline the book. And they do things that counteract the things that they really want to do. And usually that's because of a fear-based mentality. They're afraid to
100%.
go after the things that they want in life. And as women, depending on what generation we were born into, but most of us now who are in our 30s and above, we were really raised to believe that wanting more in life is selfish, and that we should be okay with just wanting
The status quo.
whatever we have. Yeah, status quo, whatever we have. And that really life is about going to college, getting married, having kids, and becoming a grandparent. Like those are like the steps in life.
Mhm.
Now we live in a society where there's like all of these opportunities that are given to us, but a lot of women are still in that lack mindset of they're
Mhm.
limited. because of what their family tells them and their friends.
Absolutely. And I mean, I remember like, I'm in my 50s. So it was, sit down, shut up, get the education, have the kids. And I remember my parents being a similar age and basically being ready to retire and sit on their butts and do nothing. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just barely getting started.
Yeah. And that was what was accepted back then is that you basically just work hard, 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 and you retire I mean, you have to also remember back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, retirement age was 55. So retiring at 55 now would be amazing, but now it's moved to 65. Then now I think it's like 68. Like it keeps getting pushed up, but that's also
Yeah,
because the quality of life I feel is so much better now. There's so much more to do. So people, one, are getting started later, but also realizing that there is so much to do. So I know, like myself, I've pivoted in my career 3 times so far since my 20s, and I'm in my 40s now. So,
right.
um, you
Well,
you pivoted.
and we don't have pensions. I remember starting at
Yeah.
IBM in my 20s and them promptly announcing that they were getting rid of their pensions. And so while my father-in-law and my father both retired, my dad retired from Reynolds, which was acquired by Alcoa at the age of 55 and had a generous pension and basically sat on his butt and declined. My father-in-law retired from IBM not much older. I think he was 57 and same thing. And, they had a great pension. They had a lot of money coming in. And it was, lots of that, um, pension money coming in. Okay, I'm done. I'm ready. I've kind of hit that golden age. I'm going to have retirement. But that idea of being done and retiring is not exactly the same as it was 20 or 30 years ago.
It's definitely not. It's one, it's pretty unaffordable to do that these days. But I also really believe, I mean, both of my grandparents, my grandfathers, I mean, they did the same thing. I feel like they retired and then kind of deteriorated. And I really believe that if you're not working, if you're not having your mind be creative and all you're doing is, I don't know, sitting in front of the TV and going food shopping every day, then it's I don't think you're going to live as long. I feel like you're going to
100%.
I feel like that's when you certain diseases come up and you start attracting certain, not attracting it, but certain things start happening because your mind is so it's not being used for anything.
100%. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I saw that with my dad with Parkinson's. We went from, okay, he was fully functioning to, massive dementia really quickly. And I mean, I feel like, with life and everything else, now we're kind of realizing that women in their 40s and 50s are kind of hitting our peak. Our kids are grown or we don't have kids, and we have so many more options that are available. I'm essentially empty nesting at this point. So I'm like, okay, now what's next? What am I going to do next? What am I going to go conquer and go play with? And so many more things have become available and so many more options than I would have thought possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many opportunities to make money online. So there really
Mhm.
is no excuse to not start the business or to do something that you really want to do or to change jobs. Like, I don't believe, like, when people tell me, oh, I'm stuck in my job, like, I don't believe that. I feel like that's a choice that you make to be stuck in. And if you had a different attitude and mindset around it, you'd easily be able to be in a job that you love, but you are stuck in your job out of fear.
Absolutely. And it's a fear mindset. I mean, I've seen a lot of people at some of the companies I've worked at that, stay at the company because they think they're getting the best benefits and they're getting everything. And, they're never going to see the same rate of pay and they're never going to see the same rate of benefits. And so they stay stuck in a job that they really don't love for 10, 20, 30 years. And I'm like, Wow. Talk about a way to manifest something out of fear, right? You're stuck and you've got these handcuffs on.
Yeah. Even before I became a manifestation mentor, I was into manifestation and I really worked on my self-worth. And I at first was one of those people before I started working on manifestation like over 10 years ago. And so when I was in corporate, I was afraid to leave. I had it so good at my job. I loved all
Mhm.
the people there. I had, at that point I had earned like almost 3 weeks of PTO, so I didn't think I was going to get that. Come to find out, I people want what you have and they're willing to negotiate what they want. I ended up getting a new job when I finally had the confidence to start applying. It was so easy. I was like the first job I wanted, I got, and I got a 20K salary raise and I got 4 weeks PTO because I asked for it because I said I wanted an extra week of PTO. And
Mhm.
it was just as good. I made just as many friends. I got to travel even more. And it was amazing. So I'm glad I took the jump and didn't like listen to other people. A lot of parents will say, "You have it so good right now. Why do you want to leave?" Well, you don't need a reason for anybody of changing anything in your life except for because I want to. And that's all. I
Absolutely.
want to.
And
I
that's
want
the
to get
only justification.
yeah. Like, people ask me like, what's one of your big goals? Mine is being a seven-figure entrepreneur. Why? I don't need to have a reason why. I just want to
Because I feel like it. I
I
want to
just
do
want to
it.
make a lot of money and I want to be financially free. And you know what I
Mhm.
mean? So, um I really try to help women get really super honest on my retreats of what they want. And I see a lot come out. A lot of them say, they want more in their life. They want more in their relationship. They want to get a divorce. They want, and I take the necessary actions for them to realize this
Mhm.
about themselves on the retreat. But I feel really sad for the women who don't take those steps because they're fearful of change.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, and that's the thing is that, you know, change can absolutely be scary.
Yeah.
Working for yourself can be terrifying.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, when you're working for somebody else, you're limiting your salary.
Yeah.
You're limiting your vacation, you're limiting your options.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things for me is I need the flexibility to deal with a severely disabled child, a severely disabled adult child.
Yeah.
And I never know from one day to the next what's going to happen in my life. Are we
Yeah.
going to have another hospitalization? Are we going to have another event? Are we going to have whatever? And so I need that flexibility. And what it's made me realize is that I have that ultimate control over my destiny and my income. And when I need to make more money, I make more money and I go out and I put out some offers and I do some things. Now, is it a lot of work? Yes, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, don't misunderstand that. We're not talking about manifesting and making pretty things and not doing the work. We're talking about doing the work and making it happen into
Yeah.
existence.
I work my ass off and I am very open about that on social media. I have
Mhm.
a very warm audience and good presence, I feel, on my social media channels. And I am very open about that I do think that being an entrepreneur is work. Do I think that you can get to a point where things are on autopilot and just coming in? Absolutely. But I don't think that happens right away. And I think that
Mm-mm.
takes a lot of work. I
It
feel,
takes work.
yeah, yeah. I commend you because a lot of women in your situation could use your son as a scapegoat for not going after the things that they want.
100%.
I have to be stable and create an income. I don't have the time because I have to deal with my son or, work with my son and just
Right.
in case I have to take him to the hospital today, I can't like work on your business. And you're over here like being a catalyst for women showing that you can actually do this, no matter
Right.
if you have multiple children, a disabled son. I have four businesses. No, not a lot of people realize that because I don't talk about all of them, but I have multiple incomes
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
I mean, one of them is passive, but the other three are very hands-on and take a lot of my time. And I work all day. I work when I'm on vacation, but I love it because it's for me. And to me, it doesn't always feel like work. you know?
100%. Because you're
Yeah.
doing what you love. And I mean, a lot of people would be like, so tell me what you do in your free time. And I'm kind of like, uh, busted. I kind of work. I enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I'm working, but yes, I do work
Yeah.
a
And I
lot because I like it.
And, a stigma for retreat leaders is we vacation all the time, and that hosting a retreat is just a vacation. So everyone's like, are you excited for Hawaii? Because I'm hosting a retreat in Hawaii in 2 weeks. And yes, of course, I love Hawaii and I'm excited to go to Hawaii, but um, don't like the retreat is absolutely work. I am holding space for a
100%.
ton of women. It is very emotional, not to mention most of my manifestation retreats, not my business retreats. My business retreats, we drink, we have fun, we're entrepreneurs, we like to cheer success. But my manifestation retreats, because we do so much spiritual inner work, alcohol creates headaches when we do sound healing and breath work in before or after drinking. So they're dry. So I'm not in Hawaii with like Mai Tais until the retreat is over. And so people don't realize that it's a lot of work. Like I'm still running a business the whole time I am in Costa Rica or in the Virgin Islands or anything. And do I take a day to myself after or
Yeah.
before retreat? Yeah, but still, that's not really a vacation. Like 1 day, 2 days, that's just really winding down and clearing the energy of all of the women's emotions that I had to hold for the last 5 days.
And that's the physical recovery piece
Like
and very
100%.
important,
Yeah,
that is a part of being a business owner is the physical recovery piece.
100%.
So if somebody wanted to find you or get in touch with you, how would they find you?
Yeah. So I am Alexis Amato on Facebook or at Manifest with Alexis on Instagram. Super easy. And then I also run a free women's Facebook group called Women Who Manifest, designing your life with manifestation and travel. So that is not only a manifestation group, but also a travel group. So we will, share travels in there and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I help you with manifestation. I do free lives. And my group is also the first ones who get access to my retreats at the pre-sale price.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Y'all make sure you check out Alexis,
I
go
would love
join
to
her
have you
Facebook
guys.
group and connect and go to one of those amazing retreats. Thank you, Alexis, for being here today.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Let's do it. Thanks.